Hey, it's Chris. So I just saw something that I thought was really cool. And if you're an author or a writer, then you need to do this. And I know you've heard it before, but I just wanted to talk about it real quick because sometimes it's a mistake I make. If you introduce a gun in the first act, it has to be used in the third act. Third act. Um, there is a season of a TV show called BRIARPATCH on USA Today, or from USA Today, that's on Amazon Prime. And I didn't watch it on USA when I first saw the advertisement, but I did watch it on Amazon Prime. Binged the whole season, so I got to see some of the nuances and the way the writing worked and played out. Spoiler alert, do not watch past this if you're going to watch Briar Patch. But they did something really clever and interesting, and I thought that was kind of cool. They introduced a weapon in the first episode. So what happened is to give you a little background, there's a zoo um, breakout. Somebody blows up the zoo and lets all the animals free in this small town in Texas. And that's when the hero is riding into town, she sees them capturing an exotic a kangaroo. Okay. And then here's on the radio, the zoo, all the animals have broken out of the zoo and it's chaos, it's madness. And so that's a recurring theme throughout the episodes, seeing all of these animals everywhere, just different types of animals. And in the first episode, she sees something dangerous. And it could kill her, but it doesn't. As a matter of fact, she doesn't see it. They allude to her seeing it. You see it. You're the audience. You're in on it, and you're like, "Oh, don't go down into that dark hallway." And she doesn't. She's safe. And then it plays out through. I think there are 10 episodes, maybe 12. Anyway, it plays out where she's uncovering this mystery and this thing she's doing, and all the parts are coming together, and it's really well done. It's based on a novel, which gives me hope. Hello, anonymous content. If you're looking, I've got a book for you, or 100. And it's played out, and you get these little pieces of information. It's really well done as a mystery, as you're uncovering stuff. And some of it's a little bit television predictable, where you're like, oh, that's oh, okay, got it. And then there's some shifts where you're like, oh, I see. And it works, which is what's fun about mysteries, is when you think as the audience, you've got it figured out, and then the writer surprises you with a little flip. Fast forward to the very last episode, and that danger that she saw in the dark hallway is used. Bam! And you're like, as a writer, you're like, oh, there's the gun in the third act. And as a viewer, you're like, oh, I wondered what was going to happen with that. That's called an open hook with a payoff. An open hook with payoff. Very clever. So if you want to write, or if you are writing, think about what you can introduce in the first act that plays out in the third act or the epilogue. And in the third act, if it has something to do with saving the hero or causing the hero to set up the next book, that's even better, because then you're carrying an open hook through into the next book. A lot of people don't like cliffhangers, but they want the answer to the open hook, me included. So this show ended with the hero riding off into the sunrise, or maybe it was a sunset, but I think it was a sunrise. For some reason, when I'm watching the screen, if they're going to the right, that's the sunrise, left is sunset. West, east, and, right? North, south, east, and west. That's the way it works. So the hero is riding off, and it's open, but not quite. And I think you have to do that in television, because if they don't pick you up in the next season, you want to give the reader some satisfaction and be able to sell the product to Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, all the streaming services. So if you enjoy mysteries that are kind of quirky, and USA they have a distinct look and a distinct feel. USA Network does, USA. But this was an enjoyable show. I would say watch it. Set aside a weekend, make some popcorn, and catch up with it, especially now that winter weather's coming through. But anyway, watch it, see what you think. And if you see any open hooks, now you know what they are. You got to have those questions answered. Questions like, hey, Chris, did you have a great idea to create YouTube only audiobooks of the 24 scripts you've written, and you're going to read them to us here on YouTube so that we have audiobooks that to listen to? Yes. Yes, I am. Or maybe I just answered the open hook. Who knows? Had a great idea that someone told me. It wasn't my idea. But I have a lot of stuff sitting there that's not doing anything. And why not share it with you guys? It's kind of suspenseful romance, moonlighting. Anyway, we'll see what it looks like. I've got 24 of them. Set aside some time over the next month. Read them into YouTube, and I'm going to send you a link every time. But hey, while you're here, click subscribe, click like. If you subscribe, you're going to get a notice every time I put a video up, and you don't have to watch them, but you can. And you'll know when those books come out, and we're going to do some great stuff in February and March, and I'm very excited about what's about to happen. So go watch BRIARPATCH. If you're watching a good show, you think I can binge it, and remember, I consume a lot of content. So if you're watching a good show and you want to recommend it, leave a comment and let me know so I can check it out, and then let's talk about it, okay? I want you to get out there, have a great day, and I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.